Alright, time for a little bit more. We are continuing through Gridania today. This 17 honestly isn't that bad. Alright, what are we doing? Looks like they're all at the same spot. Okay. Now, even though it's a little bit of a pain, considering I'm still at Lobi and mostly poor, I'm avoiding using teleports for the moment. Because it isn't too far to walk anyway. Plus I can pick up the side quest on the way. Looks like I did have just one. Okay, fine. I'll let you have it. Now, those things are kind of insulting. They're not better than what you start off with. Damn you, mushroom-headed, spindly-legged, spore-spewing abominations. Suck the life out of my precious trees, will you? Damn you to the 7. Oh, thank the matron. You look just like the sort of help. You look like just the sort to help me deal with this nightmare. My poor trees. Trees I have tended since they were scarcely saplings. I might add, have been infested with parasite funguars. If I let those pests have their way, my babies will be naught but deadwood before the week is out. Smear a little of this amber unguent on an infested tree, though, and the horde creatures will drop clean off, allowing you to administer adventurer-style vengeance. Wahahaha! Did you hear that, you malignant toadstools? Your end is nigh. This guy talks a lot. You'll rue the day you... Ahem! My apologies. The wrath was upon me. Fear not, I am now quite calm. So the Fungwars, bastards that they are, have attached themselves to 3 trees. Once you've ground those treacherous mushrooms into a pulp beneath your righteous boots, come back and tell me exactly how it felt. That guy has anger issues. Well, did you take care of my Fungwar infestation? Yes! At last I can enjoy a restful night's sleep. I must say I'm glad to meet an adventurer of such talents. Just look at you in all your fungus-spattered glory. You have my thanks. At least they gave me some better gear. Ah, it's you, Kuroka. After the thrashing you gave those infernal Fungwars, I do believe you might be the very person to solve another problem of mine. Microchews. Those vile little beasts draw their sustenance directly from the soil. Ordinarily, the forest would only be too happy to provide, but these days there are just too bloody many of them. So many, in fact, that they're leaching every last nutrient from the ground. Do you think this soil was put here just for you and your microchew mates? Gah! I should go over there and, well, I'm not really sure what it is I should do, but someone should certainly do something, and soon. But before I apologize. The rage, you see, because you have anger issues. It takes over, and there is naught I can do but fume and splutter. If you could see your way to exterminating 8 or so of those soil despoilers, you would have my eternal gratitude. Once you've taken care of the microchews, I'd be grateful if you would report to not pronouncing that. You'll find him just outside. I hear the degradation of the soil has been as much of a source of consternation to him as it has been to me, and I'm sure he'd appreciate knowing the problem's been solved. Angry and talkative. Uh-oh. Ah, there we go. My game froze up over there for a moment. Ah, an achievement for killing 100 enemies. Who goes there? An adventurer, is it? Here at Instructor Galfred's request, you say? Thank the matron. Doubtless you already know this, but a towering shadow manifested without warning and attacked the hearer in the midst of the rite. Most of his party has been successfully evacuated, but 5 remain unaccounted for. Please find them and see them out of harm's way. Yeah, that guy knows how to do it. Short and to the point. A great shadow towering over me. What in the 12's good grace? An adventurer? Please, you must save the hearer. Galfred sent you? I am no longer of use here, but pray help the hearer in my stead. Away, vile fiend, away I say, I defy you, I defy you! Oh, an adventurer. We were ambushed in the midst of the ritual, and then, I'm not sure what happened. Useless, all of you, just useless. You were sent to help? I fear you are too late. The ritual has failed. I must needs return to Gridania. The Seed Seers must know of this. That thing was no elemental, but a being born of darkness. The hearer languishes alone in the depths. You must help him. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Damnation! He has eluded us yet again. Oh, fancy meeting you here. How are things? Shh, more birdos. This makes it how many times today? 7? Their movements are beyond our fathoming. Do you think maybe they're trying to summon their primal? I hope not, for all our sakes. Yet we must be prepared for the worst. Withered, the same fate has befallen Emerald Moss. It is as we feared. Dalamud's anomaly is affecting life in the Twelveswood. You mean the disturbance in the etheric flow? The very same. The Garleans have a lot to answer for. The imbalance they have created is plaguing the land into chaos, just as Louis Soif forewarned. It's no wonder the primals have started appearing. Time is against us, but there is still hope for the land. We must hold fast to that hope and fight to the very last. Agreed. Why? Stupid things. These stupid things happen to be the very latest in Charlian innovation. Show some respect. But they're so uncomfortable and ugly. If you ask me, they're an improvement over that mask of yours. Hard to believe it's already been 5 whole years, isn't it? Already? 5 years is but a heartbeat in the life of the planet. I suppose you're right. Now that I think about it, the 12 Woods barely recovered at all, and the Gridanians still have the same old problems. Aye, along with some new ones. Just in case the Ixil and Garuda weren't troublesome enough, the Sylphs had to go and invite Ramu, didn't they? Do you ever think about those adventurers who fought alongside us? I do. And then 5 years ago seems like ages. I wonder what became of them. Ah. Ida, look. Golly, and this is what exactly? Yet another disturbance in the ether, and freshly manifested at that. It seems to be emanating from Lifeman's stump. We must hurry. Are you alright? Your eyes glazed over for a while there. The good news is that the hearer is unharmed. Somewhat dazed, yes, but whole of mind and body. The bad news concerns everything else. Lest you forget, the 12's wood is the domain of the elementals. It is by their leave that man abides in the forest and avails himself of its bounty. The ground which the dungeon occupies is no different. Having no more use for the dungeons, the Gridanians sent a hearer to offer the place back to the elementals by way of the right of returning, which is essentially an expression of gratitude. Alas, he failed to complete the ritual for obvious reasons. While the poor soul cannot be blamed for this, the fact remains that unless the elementals are given their due, they may well consider it a slight. And the very last thing the Gridanians can afford to do in these uncertain times is risk alienating the 12 Woods' eternal guardians. But you have more than done your part. We shall see the hearer to safety and send for his peers to finish the rite. In the meantime, please make your way outside and report to Alistan. Ah, but where are my manners? I am Papa Limo, and the tactless woman beside me here is... Ida. Papa Limo and I are surveying the 12's wood together. Pleased to meet you. Ida, give me a hand, would you? Wait, there is something familiar about you. Could it be that you are... Never mind. Doubtless my eyes are playing tricks. Till we meet again. Hurry up and de-aggro already. Or not. All this happened inside Spirit Hold? 12 preserve us. Who was that masked mage, and by what dark ambition is he driven? So many things shrouded in mystery. Well, I shan't find any answers on my own. I must needs discuss this with Galfred. The matter warrants a full investigation if I am any judge, and that shall certainly be my recommendation. Your courage has saved many lives this day, for you have my deepest gratitude. Pray return to Gridania and seek out Mion. I understand she wishes to thank you for your efforts on our behalf. Welcome back, Kuroka. A little bird tells me that the hearer and his party owe you their lives. A tale for the tavern if ever there was one. It is only a shame that I must ask you to not tell it. For the time being, at least. Do I make myself clear? Until the hearers have made their will on the matter known, it would be best to avoid unsettling people with stories of walking statues. Now then, you must have suitable recompense for your valiant service. For the first half of your reward, I give you leave to make use of the accommodations here at the guild. Arrangements have been made, so all you need to do is speak with Antoine whenever you crave the comfort of a firm bed and soft pillow. For the second path of your reward, I offer you another path to fame and fortune, guild leaves. Guild leaves are records of the various requests we receive from the citizenry. They outline all manner of tasks which ambitious young adventurers like you can elect to undertake. Gontrunt is our guild leave official, or leave mate here at the Carline Canopy. I have spoken with him regarding your knack for solving challenging problems, and he is eager to make your acquaintance. By the way, have you perchance heard about the coming festival? It is truly a splendid occasion, looked forward to by young and old alike, and I heartily recommend that you take the time to enjoy. Don't be too disappointed if the recent troubles cast a shadow over proceedings, however. I fear nothing short of the mysterious interloper's apprehension can prevent that. But we were talking about you. You have made Mother proud. I expect great things of you, young lady. How is my favorite fresh-faced adventurer? Oh, do not scowl so. I speak out of habit. You've come a long way since first you walked through my door, and I'll not deny it. As a matter of fact, I think it's about time you made yourself useful at Mid-Branch Meadows in the Central Shroud. Unlike the recruits you see at the Bannock, the men and women out of Bent Branch are fully occupied with their own work. As such, I imagine there are more than a few who would welcome the assistance of a rapidly maturing adventurer like yourself. Bent Branch is also home to a very usefully situated aetheryte. It is, in other words, the perfect place for you to begin the next stage of your journey as an adventurer. And what better time than the present? Leave the city via the Blue Badger Gate and continue to the southwest until you come to a bridge. Cross it, and when you spy an aetheryte in the distance, you may congratulate yourself on having successfully found Bent Branch Meadows. If you so fancy, you may also make use of the Chocobo Porter service, doubtless the safest way to get to your destination. Chocobo Keep Singler should not hesitate to lend his birds to a capable adventurer like you. Oh, and be sure to introduce yourself to Keitha, the head Chocobo Wrangler, when you arrive. Did I unlock the Chocobos the last time I was down there? Kinda hope I did. Well, that's a new option. You must be the venturer Mion's that word about. I'm Keitha, head wrangler around these parts. I've heard many and more things about you. Good things, lest you worry. When the elder Seedseer bade us welcome adventurers, 'tis fair to say we had our doubts. Till hard-working folk like yourself set about proving us wrong, that is. Consider me a convert. Any road, you have a mind to help out at the ranch, have you? Good. We could always do with a hand or two to keep the place running smoothly. As a matter of fact, I have a task right here that wants doing. Let me know when you're ready to get busy. Oh, and you come highly recommended, so don't go letting no one down, eh? Seven hells, some bastard Keykern has gone and broken one of me chocobo eggs. The filthy little thief was busy looting the barn when a guard startled it, prompting the damn thing to drop the egg it was clutching and run. Some of the lads gave chase, bless 'em, but when 3 or more of the vermin appeared, me lot had no choice but to turn back. Something has to be done about those Keykern. Would you mind heading over to Matron's Lathe and having a word with a soldier named Rosalind for me? The Ratman's nest in her neck of the woods, see? She'll know what to do. What does Keitha covet most? Why would you want to know some... Wait a minute. That old Don merchant put you up to this, didn't he? He's wasting his time with that approach. If the man is serious about owning a chocobo, he would be better served by convincing Keitha of his intent to provide the bird with proper care and attention. What's that about, Miss Keitha? Doing that peddler's dirty work, are you? If that half-wit thinks some shiny trinket will move her heart, then he's dafter than he looks. Any fool can see Miss Keitha is only interested in her birds. Tell Kukuvachi from me that if he persists in harassing the head wrangler, the wood whalers will remove him from Bent Branch Manos for disturbing the peace. Got that? Mail? For what? Oh. Thought I got most of these yesterday. Correct me if I'm wrong, but are you not an adventurer? I've seen you running to and fro, face set in grim determination as adventurers are wont to do, hence my presumption. If so, I have information which might interest you. But it won't interest you at level 5, I guarantee it. Rumor has it that plots within the lavender beds are to be auctioned off. What's more, bidders need not even be Gridanian. Any old adventurer or wandering minstrel could, with sufficient funds, purchase land and build their own home. Considering how discerning the elementals tend to be about who can and cannot reside within the Twelveswood, it's rather surprising, if not hard to believe. But if there is truth to these rumors, well, who hasn't dreamed of owning their own forest cottage? Perhaps with a small vegetable garden and a stable large enough for a chocobo or two. You know, should your travels take you to the Mirror Planks, where the ferry to the lavender beds is, perhaps you'll find a Twin Adder representative who can tell you more. I would be shocked if they weren't involved in such a monumental change in policy. Keitha, the only thing Keitha wants is for her birds to be happy. If she cares for anything besides the well-being of the chocobos, then I've not heard of it. Well, do you plan to keep me in suspense? I must have a chocobo for my very... What's this? They told you nothing of her material desires? Ah, the stubbornness of these Gridanians is infuriating. And I should have known better than to hire a buffoon for such delicate work. To think the amount of gil I have wasted on this fruitless venture. Oh, cease your mewling. I promise you a reward, and a reward you shall have. Now leave me to my misfortune. Greetings, madam. You have the distinct air of an adventurer. Might I trouble you for some assistance? In recent days, a heartless cad has been sneaking into the range to scare our chocobos. The poor birds are in a state of constant unease, wondering when the next fright will come. It is my hope that extending the fencing will help to keep the intruder out. To that end, could I ask you to procure some strands of diorite web? They make for surprisingly sturdy construction material. You should be able to obtain the web from the diormites themselves. There are usually a few to be found roaming the lands around the range. 6 strands should be sufficient. You were here on Keitha's behalf? I see. Broke one of her eggs, you say? And there were 4 of the creatures? The Keycurrent are a nuisance at the best of times, but we must now add trespass and chocobo murder to their list of transgressions. They have forced our hand. Our retribution must needs be swift and decisive. And who better than you to deliver it, adventurer? Find the lair to the west of here and make an example of exactly 4 Keycurrent scramblers. We can send no clearer message. Hey, I can finally get rid of this ugly piece of armor. Not that that one's that much better. Hello there, adventurer. You seem light on your feet. Fancy a quick skip along the route of the Heavens Pillar here? I need someone to pick off a blue trumpet or 2. I know what you're thinking. It's not more than a mushroom, so why the commotion? I'll tell you why. You allow that fungal menace to multiply, and within a moon, they'll be covering the whole damn route and rotting the wood clear through. Just watch your step while you're up there, though. The dynamites on the ground won't waste any time adding insult to falling injuries. Once you're done, head up to the top end of the route and report to Theodore. He'll be glad to hear someone's taking care of his more dreaded chores. Oh, you've cleared the route of blue trumpets? Wonderful. To be quite honest, I have this teeny tiny problem with heights. No, this is not my ideal posting, but we all do what we must. Keeping the route passable is an important job, you see. It's one of the few ways folks can traverse in the Central Shroud, since the Calamity all but split the area in twain. It is not perhaps the easiest path to walk, but there are those who believe the will of the matron herself caused this tendril of a heaven spiller to remain thus suspended, that it might serve the forest's people. I'm rather fond of the notion myself. It is regrettably my duty to stand watch over the road from here to Bent Branch Meadows. The ranch has become a veritable institution of Gridania, so any threats to its continued operation are taken quite seriously by the woodwhalers. Which reminds me, mayhap it was my imagination, but I believe I caught a glimpse of some shadowy fellow not too long ago. Would you mind passing word to Rosalind down below? I would go myself, but, well, it's hard enough marshalling the courage to walk the route for my shift. You coward. A shadowy fellow? Now that you mention it, I may have seen something. I dismissed it as a trick of the light before, but I saw a shadow in the forest to the north. Still, I suspect it is nothing more than a keycurrent thief on the run. If you must sate your curiosity, by all means investigate. Should you actually find something of note, I would very much like to see it. Would that I could always rely on a kind soul to handle such tasks. My training prepared me to face beasts in combat, and not once have I shirked that duty. But to lay hands upon these sticky, slimy eggs is just... Well, clearly I have no problems doing so. Thank you for your help. Ah, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to procure the dynamite web I requested? Yes, these will do nicely. These are perfect for binding posts together. Were I still in Ishgard, I would never have entertained the notion of using such bizarre material in this manner. Oh, did I not mention I was from Ishgard? Ah, well, Gridania is, in actual fact, my second home. My native land was once famous for its chocobo stables. No man in Eorzea could speak of the creatures without his thoughts turning naturally to Ishgard. Sadly, however, that time has passed. I left my homeland to accept employment here at the ranch, instructing others in the method of chocobo husbandry. Yet I have found that it is often I who am truly the recipient of others' instruction, and on a great many matters. Truly, one can never know what life may hold in store. Have you found something? Remnants of a campfire in a forgotten bag. This could belong to any adventurer or traveler. And inside we have a chocolate grooming brush and wrestling oil? But wait, why would a traveler make camp here when it would be far safer to beg the hospitality of Bed Branch Meadows? Bugger me, I think this belongs to that stranger said to be meddling with the chocobos. Thank you, adventurer. We have been lax in our duties, but no longer. I swear we will find this shadow. We cannot allow other sentries to dismiss similar sightings. They must know what we have learned. To that end, I prepared this letter containing everything we know about our mysterious stranger. I need you to show it to my comrades throughout the shroud. Once each sentry has committed the details to memory, have them write their name at the bottom for confirmation. Start with Elmar at the Bannock, and then find Bernard at the eastern gate of Bent Branch Meadows. They ought to relay the information to the others. Finally, make sure Eilgar sees the letter. He stands watch within the stables, so if the stranger's aim is to harm the chocobos, Eilgar may have to personally put an end to it. You have business with me, adventurer? Rosalind is right to be cautious. For this stranger to venture so close yet go to such great lengths to remain undetected is highly suspicious. They clearly have designs on Bent Branch. We appreciate the help. I should write my name here, yes? And here, take it. You'll find Eilgar in the stables past the Aetheryte. Mind the birds, adventurer. They get nervous around strangers. What's this? A shadowy stranger near the matron's lathe? You've already shown this to Bernard and Elmar, I see. Good, good. Then all that's left is to inform the staff here. Not everyone here is a wood whaler, true, but even our stable boys wouldn't hesitate to take up arms to defend these chocobos. Algar would like to impose upon the kindness of an adventurer. You're quite the compassionate adventurer by the sound of it. Well, far be it from me to look a gift chocobo in the mouth. I have need of a capable woman like yourself. We received a peddler at the gates the other day, an excitable Lalafell that was sweating and swearing that he had been attacked by large winged beasts. Yet other than hornets, I know of no flying creatures in this region. If there's any truth to what he said, it might prove problematic for other travelers. Follow the road south and see if you can find any evidence to support his claim. And should you find something, kindly tell Lothair to patrol his area sometime instead of just standing beneath the spire and staring at the goddamn road. In those words. You had one job, man. One job. Yay, free ride. I have been expecting you. By your return, I trust you now understand the importance of resolve. Like one's flesh, courage can be made strong. It is a matter of training each one of its aspects. Now, the endeavor may prove difficult in the beginning. Gods know how much I struggled. But you may suffer untold humiliation and more frustration than you can bear. But you must persevere. Whenever you engage an opponent, whether in training or in earnest, make a conscious effort to fight with composure and resolve. Over time, doing so will become second nature, and you will acquire such courage as you never thought could be yours. Mind you, not all battles entail a physical clash of might. It could simply be a disagreement born of a conflict in ideology. The point is, it matters not what battlefield you stand upon, so long as you take care to be composed and resolute, your courage will grow. Did that make any sense? Even a little? I fear I cannot hold a candle to Guildmaster Yuane, but if there is aught I can do to assist you in your training, What was that? Something is afoot in the training area? And you call yourselves Lancers? Pathetic. You are next, Guildmaster. Arm yourself and face me. Refuse, and all will know that you are no true Lancer. Say what you will, I am above provocation. Craven to the last man. Ah, but what have we here? Wait, she is but a novice. That makes no odds to me. You yourself admitted her to your ranks, did you not? Very well, I shall withdraw for now. Yet know that only the fearless are fit to wear the mantle of Lancer. I look forward to measuring your worth in the days to come. There is not more to see. Return to your drills. You made no attempt to evade his thrust. Did your opponent so unnerve you as to deprive you of your senses? Well, it is of little consequence now. You need pay no further heed to our uninvited guest. Lest you wonder, it is not uncommon for challengers to come pounding on our doors seeking to test their mettle. For now, dedicate yourself to tempering the two aspects of courage. The composure to bring the sum of your strength and skill to bear against your foes, and the resolve to attack when fear would stay your hand, as befits a Lancer. When next we meet, I shall have another trial for you, one that will put your courage to the test. Until then, continue to apply yourself to your training. Farewell. Ah, Kuroka, I swear you have gained an elm around the arm since last we spoke. It is plain to see you have not been idle. In our previous lessons, you learned the Lancer's definition of courage and how you might go about tempering its two aspects. Today, we shall find out if your efforts have borne fruit. I see you've come prepared for battle, that is well. Your next trial will place you in the midst of a throng of enemies. In such a situation, one may be attacked from any direction, making it difficult to respond appropriately. Furthermore, the likelihood of being surrounded is high. Will your resolve bear the weight of uncertainty? Will your composure hold when the odds are stacked against you? We shall soon find out. Should you overcome this trial, what courage you already possess will be further tempered. Now heed me well, for this is what you must do. I would have you travel to Naked Rock, where the Annals claim dominion. At the summit of the rock is a sacred artifact, the Stone of Courage. You must claim it and bring it to me. If you are to reach your destination, you will need to negotiate a path through the whole packs of flesh-eating scalekin. Make no mistake, the creatures are intimidating foes. To stride into the midst of so many would ask much of any Lancer's courage. But given time and no small amount of perseverance, I am confident you will prove equal to the task. Congratulations, you have obtained the false stone of courage. Ah, you heard me right. False. What does that say about your courage, I wonder? Ah, but where are my manners? My name is Folks. We had the pleasure of meeting at the Lancers Guild, if you recall. On that occasion, I turned my weapon upon you, and you betrayed not a hint of fear. It was in that instance I sensed you were unlike the others, that you had promise. And so to the present. In its current state, the trial in which you are engaged, if trial it may be called, makes a mockery of the Lancer's art. Needless to say, this cannot be tolerated. And so I have taken the liberty of moving the Stone of Courage to a more suitable location. It now resides in the depths of Spirit Hold, under the guard of fell fiends. A far more fitting challenge, as I'm sure you will agree. Whether or not you attempt to retrieve the stone is for you to decide. If you fear for your safety, I suggest you run back to the guild and bemoan the world's frightfulness to the many brave souls who cower there. Elaine will doubtless consider it a supremely courageous act. Yet know that a lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Of course, it's the very last room I checked. Oh, you have returned. Tell me, were you able to obtain the Stone of Courage? Yes, this is indeed the stone, though it is in rather worse condition than when last I saw it. What happened at Naked Rock? The Lancer who but recently threatened you moved the stone to Spirit Hold? Not content with trespass and slander, the Brazen Fool now meddles with our training? Seven hells, this is not to be borne. Listen well, though I do not doubt that you know better, my duty as a guild master compels me to state the obvious. Heed not that man's words. That a Lancer's courage can only be forged in the midst of great danger is vainglorious tripe. As you have already learned, a Lancer's courage is the product of composure and resolve. Be under no misapprehension. Watchfully navigating the Andal's territory serve to temper your courage in a manner that blindly braving the terrors of Spirit Hold did not. As you continue your training, pray keep the lesson of this trial close to your heart. But before you return to your adventuring, there is one more thing I would tell you. In recognition of your unwavering efforts in the trials thus far, I hereby grant you leave to join other guilds. Naturally, you must seek the permission of the relevant guild master before commencing your training. Gridania is home to many great guilds besides our own. If you consider combat your calling, the archers and the conjurers have strong presence in our nation. Should you crave a more peaceful pastime, you may alternatively consider joining the leatherworkers, carpenters, and botanists. While there is something to be said for broadening one's horizons, it is also important to maintain focus. Always bear this in mind. As your guildmaster, I would naturally prefer that you first master the Lancer's art. Rest assured that there will be time enough to take up another discipline when you have done so. Yet whatever path or paths you choose to walk, I look forward to seeing you realize your obvious potential. You now have access to the armory system. Quests to unlock the other classes can be undertaken by speaking to the receptionist in the corresponding guild. There exist myriad disciplines in Eorzea that adventurers can take up. For the most rewarding experience, however, it is recommended that you first focus on mastering your current class. You come in a good time. I urgently require your help. Scarcely a bell ago, our friend Folks paid us another visit, seemingly intent upon reprising the performance he gave on the day of your first meeting. As on that occasion, he raved till the air was thick with slanders, declaring every soul who met his gaze more craven than the last. This time, however, not all ears were deaf to his myriad provocations. It seems one of our younger members took offense at his words and demanded satisfaction on the road. The two have since departed to duel in the East Shroud. Had I been on hand, I would have forbidden such folly and rebuked the lad for letting pride cloud his judgment. Alas, I learned of it too late, and the boy is gone. All we can do now is ensure that the hot-headed fool does not come to lasting harm. I would have departed in pursuit of the pair ere you came, but my duties keep me here. That is why I turn to you now. Pray go to the East Shroud in my stead and watch over our comrade. So we meet again. You remember who I am, I trust. Who are you again? Kinda wanna pick that one. I think I will. You wound me. How could you possibly forget your mentor? He who taught you the true meaning of courage. Well, it is of little consequence. Though you have forgotten the teacher, it is plain you have forgotten his teachings. I understand you were able to retrieve the Stone of Courage and Spirit Hold. It seems I was right about you. You have the makings of a true Lancer, unlike those charlatans at the Lancers Guild. It is well that you have come to me, for I have just a trial for you, one that will do wonders for your courage. Not interested, you say? But you have no choice. Should you refuse, well, suffice to say that I am not able to guarantee the safety of your comrade here. When last we spoke, I told you that a Lancer may forge true courage only in the midst of great danger. Needless to say, the threat posed by ordinary creatures is insufficient. You must needs seek out better sport. But fear not, for I have taken the liberty of finding you something suitable. Take this alchemic potation? Why not just potion? And sprinkle it upon the exposed roots yonder. Doing so will garner you the wrath of a certain creature, which you must then strike down. So you have vanquished the treant. Well done. By striking down a frenzied creature, you have further strengthened your courage. Release your comrade? Oh, I shall. Once you have completed my next trial, this one will pit you against a multitude of foes. Make your way to Lifeman Stump in the Central Shroud. Once there, seek out a likely spot along the forest path to lie in wait. Man-eating wolves are wont to hunt there at this time of year, and it should not be long before a pack appears. When the beasts show themselves, you are to slay their leader, the Alpha Wolf. I shall be observing this from up close, the better to offer you advice. It wasn't for the fact that I have reason to be here. And there they are. You are to be congratulated. By throwing yourself into the midst of danger, you have further tempered your courage. And in the process, you have brought peace to Life Minstump, a place considered sacred by the people of Gridania. Having undertaken my trials, you must now see that those issued by the guild are naught but child's play. Mine is the one true path to courage. All others lead to ignominy. If you wish to become a lancer worthy of the name, I suggest you leave Ywain and his house of cravens, never to return. For your sake, I pray you do soon. Can we meet again? Thank the gods you're safe. That young fool of a Lancer returned but moments ago and through choked tears recounted to me all that transpired. I understand folks again attempted to force upon you his corrupted notion of courage. I cannot say this often enough, a Lancer strengthens his courage by tempering his composure and resolve, not by rushing headlong into danger. You were able to overcome folks' trials, 'tis true, yet I know that you did so by virtue of true courage. That is, courage born of composure and resolve. You faltered not before the fury of a frenzied treant, nor did you succumb to panic when surrounded by bloodthirsty wolves. Owing to this, you were able to perform to the fullest of your potential. You have come far. It is past time that I taught you the piercing talon technique, one of the most versatile weapons in the Lancer's arsenal. May it serve you well. Now I must needs decide what course of action to take with regard to your self-appointed mentor. Though no lives were lost, this latest incident only serves to confirm what I have long suspected, that folks will cause great harm if left to propagate his corrupted notion of courage. He must be persuaded to desist, though I do not yet know how. Mayhap his regard for you could be turned to our advantage, but leave such considerations to me. For the time being, you would do well to put folks from your mind, focus on your training, and strive to master the techniques I have taught you. I look forward to our next meeting. Since I am level 15 now, I wonder if I can do this. Greetings, I am one of the smiths, a stoker of fire and forger of futures. As a dedicated member of the Adventurers Guild, I have been entrusted with the task of providing assistance to new adventurers. Well, the mantle of adventurer does not drape so awkwardly from your shoulders as it once did. But while questing alone certainly brings its own rewards, you haven't truly adventured until you've delved into some darkened dungeon, stalwart companions at your side. Ancient ruins, echoing caverns, and all manner of deadly places lie hidden across the realm, and these are best conquered in the company of trustworthy allies. Any such advice holds true for many a formidable foe that would crush a solitary adventurer. How one fights in a party, however, is often drastically different from how one fights alone. Thus did we construct the Hall of the Novice, where we endeavor to prepare you for those differences. The hall can be found just north of Aleport in western Lunacia. Within its walls, we offer burgeoning heroes a bevy of training exercises. Step into the flames, my friend, and forge the skills you shall need for the morrow. Okay, it's gonna let me. Nice. So basically you get a nice free set of gear out of these. Let go. Here's the part you really want. Top. Not only is this good gear for the level that you're at this point in the game, but it's actually your first decent looking armor set, really. Pity it doesn't give you a weapon, too. Speaking of weapons, I forgot to equip my newest one. And of course it's a club. Do you think it's kind of funny though the guild that has plot 1-1 has the guild tag of 1? Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman? I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Oh, looks like I'm done here. Yay. Oh, my task with the hedge tree is well and finished, but the elementals murmur of a malevolent presence in the vicinity of the Tam Terra Deepcroft. I must abide a while longer that I might better divine the source of the elemental's distress. Please inform Emily that I shall not be late, or that I shall be late in arriving. You bear a message from Hero Leone? An evil presence in the Deepcroft? That does sound grave indeed. I shall organize a vessel for a later time then. Perhaps a bell from now? 2? Better make it 3, just to be safe. Thank you for your trouble. Might you assist me with another matter, milady? A wagon that departed from Quarrymill was overturned on the road when some large, ill-tempered forest beast chose that moment to defend its territory. By Nafika's grace, the driver escaped without serious injury, but the wagon's cargo was not so fortunate. With none willing to risk another encounter with the creature, I can only assume the goods remained strewn across the ground where the incident occurred. Simply follow the road here to the south and you should come across the wreckage. Salvage what cargo you can and deliver it to Keitha at Bent Branch Meadows if you'll be so kind. Good to see you again, friend. Did you learn anything about the lavender beds? Oh, adventurers only? Is that so? Well, these are trying times, and it's more important than ever for Gridania to attract capable individuals like yourself. I'm sure that one day my dreams will come to fruition. One day I'll have my own cottage and stables, filled with my beloved chocobos. You have a delivery for me? Why, yes I do. Ah, this is the shipment I was waiting on from Quarrymo. I heard the wagon ran afoul of some great monstrosity just up the path from the Mirror of Planks, but I see you've managed to scrape together a few bits and pieces. Seems I can't get through 2 bells these days without hearing some new tale of horrors in a deep croft or banded cutthroats prowling the woods hereabouts. Makes you wonder if the chocobos are safe at night. If we're ever in need of adventurous skills, I hope you'll be around to lend a hand. No, oh please gods no, Leah's egg. You must help me. I stepped out of the stables but for a moment, and when I returned it was gone. Aye, what was gone? An egg? Sorry? You are sure the chocobos will lay another? God, you do not understand. The egg is extremely valuable. I must find it. You will help me, won't you? Oh, thank you, thank you. Someone must have made off with it. There can be no other explanation. I shall scour every elm of the stable once more just to be sure. While I do so, I should be very grateful if you would ask the others if they noticed anything unusual. see anyone acting suspicious? I most certainly did, lass. A man, it was, running off towards the Tamtara Deepcroft. You say an egg was took? Then I say that there was your culprit. But why would anyone pinch a chocobo egg? Without the proper learning, it's damn near impossible to get one to hatch. The chocobo egg has gone missing? Well, let me think. Now that you mention it, the chocobos were making quite a racket earlier. So much so, in fact, that I ran over to check on them, almost flattening a passing peddler in my haste. I didn't find anything out of the ordinary, though. Could I describe the peddler? Oh, he was an Ellison fellow. Didn't recognize his face. Seemed awfully twitchy. Oh god, you don't think he... Why in the hells didn't I accost him? Because that's not what normal people do? Have I seen any odd characters about? Aside from yourself, you mean? Not that I recall. I did see someone calming the birds, but only from a distance. I assumed it was Luke-a-lot. But if you say he was away from the stables at the time, then who was that with the chocobos? There can be no mistake then, the egg was indeed stolen. And from what you have told me, this was no simple robbery. That the culprit should take only Leia's egg and disregard all the rest tells me we are dealing with someone well versed in chocobo breeding. I am sorry to say that the individual in question is like to be a citizen of my native Ishgard. Leia, you see, is of the bloodline of Oranos, one of the greatest birds ever to grace an Ishgardian stable. Many a man in my homeland would give his right arm to possess one of Leia's eggs. Gods, I should have foreseen this. We must give chase at once. Hold your chocobos, Luke-a-lot. If this egg thief's from Ishgard, like you say, why do you go running off towards the Tamtara Deepcroft? Unless I've got my mental map upside down, that's the opposite direction. Well, yes, but he may seek to lay a false trail, or, the why of it's not important. Leia's egg is all that matters. Adventurer, I beg of you. Hunt the scoundrel down and take back what he stole. Well, at least you ain't planning on chasing after him yourself, wherever he's from. We may work wonders with our birds, but acts of dare and do ain't exactly our field. If you don't mind, we'll leave that end of things to you. With luck, you may catch the thief on the road to the Tamtara Deepcroft. But do be careful, we cannot be certain he is working alone in this. Who in Haloni's bloody fury are you? Ah, those sops of Bent Branch hired themselves an adventurer, did they? Yet another complication. This farce has gone on long enough. Kill the Moogle and the farmer's hireling and bring me that damned egg. Do you have the egg? Is it safe? Yes, it has the right coloring, the right weight. It's most definitely a Leia's egg. I know not how to thank you. You had me worried for a bit there. 'Tis good to see you and the egg back safe and sound. So I was correct in my assumption that an Ishgardian was involved, albeit one who did not, in fact, make off with the egg. Well, I could hardly have anticipated the intervention of a Moogle. Bugger me, it couldn't be the same one, could it? Might you have encountered our unlikely savior before, Keitha? Could be, aye. One of them saved my hide back when the calamity struck. I was in a part of the woods, what we now call the Standing Courses, that day. Seems like the whole bleeding forest was ablaze, and I couldn't see a yawm in front of me for all the smoke. Well, and I had given up hope I had. Then all of a sudden a Moogle appears out of nowhere, tugs at me smoldering sleeve, and leads me straight to a bit of the wood where the fire hadn't taken hold. And now you know why the business is named Moogle's Gifts Mounts. Seemed like the least I could do. I'd be dead if it weren't for that plucky little bugger. Incredible. It may well be that the Moogle has stood vigil over us ever since that day. Haha, we'd better get back to work then. Wouldn't want to go letting our guardian angel down, would we? Kuroka, you have our thanks. Oh, and I believe Lukalot wants to give you a little something for your troubles. Leia's egg is irreplaceable. I cannot well express to you the depth of my gratitude. And yet, I find that I am still troubled. While this whole regrettable episode unfolded, I bore witness to a sight that greatly concerned me. My thanks for your kindness earlier. I hate to impose again, but I have need of your assistance in another matter. One of grave import, I fear. Of late, I have noticed that Ixali dirigibles have been appearing over the Twellswood with increasing regularity. The frequency, however, does not bother me near so much as where they choose to fly. The patch of sky directly above the Guardian Tree. The tree is a sacred site, or so I was given to believe when first I came to Gridania, and thus I naturally assumed that the elementals would not suffer the Ixal to profane it. Yet the birdmen have been coming and going as they please, with nary a sign of protest from the guardians of the Twellswood. And it was that which set me to thinking. Ever since the appearance of the much-talked-about suspicious individual, many and more strange things have been occurring in the forest. Could it be that he did something to the elementals? In case it proved useful, I have committed the details of my sightings to parchment, and would ask that you deliver the document to Mother Mion. Please make all haste. I have an irrepressible feeling that something terrible is about to happen. Hello there. Word of your tireless efforts at Bridge Meadows has reached my ears. The folk there have naught but the highest praise for you. You certainly have a knack for making Mother proud. Keep up the good work, you hear? A letter? From Lukalot? I haven't the slightest inkling what this could be about. Gods be good. I have a mission for you. Suffice it to say it is urgent. I fear it may also prove dangerous, however, so you must be prepared. Make what arrangements you can and report back to me the moment you are ready. Mion has a mind to assign you a mission of great import. Time is of the essence, so I shall speak plain. Based on Lukalot's observations, the Ixal have designs on the Guardian Tree, and they mean to act soon. The tree is the oldest living thing in this ancient forest and is held sacred by every forest-born Gridanian. Should it come to any harm, the elementals would fly into a rage beyond pacifying. I dread to think of the chaos that would ensue. There isn't much time. We must act quickly. Please see this letter to the hands of Bolard Lewin at the seat of the first bow in Quiver's Hold. Should a need arise, pray put yourself wholly at the man's disposal. I strongly suspect he will need all the able-bodied souls he can muster. The fate of Gridania hangs in the balance. Go swiftly. An urgent message from Mother Mion? Very well, you may enter. But you are Kuroka, the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. I understand you wish words with me. Mion has information on the Ixal, you say? Speak freely, you have both my ears. Matron for Finn, they mean to defile the Guardian Tree? Before Nafika, I swear those filthy birdmen will not touch it. Nay, not so much as a single leaf. 12, help me, how can it be that neither the Wood Whalers nor the God's Quiver caught wind of this? I cannot help but think this plot bears the mark of the masked devil who has eluded us for so long. We must be wary, this incursion may be more than it seems. Would that the warriors of light were still with us. But this is no time for such idle thoughts. I thank you for delivering this message. You may assure me on that I will dispatch a unit of my best men to investigate. My lord. What is it? It's the Ixal, sir. The Ixal have amassed at the Guardian Tree. Already? Bloody hells. Kuroka, Mion believes you capable and I can think of no better judge than she. Lend us your strength this day. Aid in the defense of the Guardian Tree. Still avoiding teleports because it's much cheaper to ride a chocobo, and kind of funner too. Ooh, better get away from that. Level 73. The Bowlord sent you, yes? Good to have you with us. The Birdmen have completely surrounded the Guardian Tree, and their calls grow more urgent by the minute. Whatever it is they mean to do, we cannot let them go through with it. They must be stopped, no matter the cost. O mournful voice of creation, O mournful voice of time. Squawk, attend me all. To us, this forest, Tinoka, belongs. Wisdom of paragons we possess. To our former glory, restore us at will. From this tree a great crystal we take, unto Garuda an offering we shall make. Unfeathered ones and elementals banish we shall, our ancient home reclaim we will. First squad, left flank. Second and third, right flank. The rest form the main host with me. It is high time we reminded our exiled guests why we quivermen are to be feared. This position is yours, adventurer. May the elementals keep you. Squawk? Interrupt us, you dare? In your own blood you shall bathe. Impressive work, adventurer. The Bowlords bid you hold this position. Enemies may yet lurk near, so stay on your guard. We go to bolster the left flank where the battle yet rages. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. That the wisdom of the Paragon should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons? That's what I heard. The Bringers of Chaos, or Asians to give them their proper name. It would seem our suspicions were correct. It is they who have been manipulating the beast tribes. Roka, are you unharmed? Had I known this creature was near, I would have sent men, not called them away. There is no mistake, sir. He is the one who stirred the Ixal from their nest. Our intelligence was reliable. So this is the man who has eluded us for so long? Right, we finally got him. We sensed an ominous presence and came here as swiftly as our legs would carry us. Well, it's good to know what we're up against anyway. My thanks as ever, friends. Quiverman, move out! To say you played an instrumental role in the success of this mission would scarcely do justice to your efforts this day, adventurer. Upon your return to Gridania, pray visit me at Quiver's Hold. I will see to it that you receive the thanks you are due. You're probably wondering why we always seem to appear when there's trouble, right? Well, trust me when I tell you, it's almost never our fault. Despite what it looks like, Papalimo and I are actually helping the Gridanians. And we've been doing so for a few good years, too. Oh, did I mention that we're not from around here? Why, yes, we are Charlians. However did you know? No, I wasn't mistaken. Mistaken? About what? Nothing at all. Aw, you always do that. Mumble something loaded with meaning only to keep it to yourself when someone asks. It's unfair. It's especially unfair when that someone is me. Oh, do calm down. I'll tell you later. I bet you won't. Anyway, all's well that ends well. Quite. We'd best be on our way. See you later. Welcome back, adventurer. Your exploits to the Guardian Tree are the stuff of songs. The Bowlord awaits you within. I have awaited your return. Allow me to thank you again for helping us to defend the Guardian Tree. Not only did you put the invading Ixal to rout, you confronted the masked mage and his fell minion and emerged the victor. I have good men and women under me, none of whom give me cause for complaint. But you are a class apart. Your strength, your determination, your heart, you have all the makings of a great adventurer. Mion is seldom mistaken in her appraisals, and she is plainly not mistaken now. Gridania is stronger for your presence. The Elder Seedseer will doubtless be pleased to learn that a capable adventurer like you has come to us. Once more I thank you. Owing to your valor, disaster has been averted.
Elder Seedseer.
My lady.
I am come to express my gratitude for your valiant efforts before the Guardian Tree. I am informed that an adventurer of singular talent now walks amongst us. You are she, are you not? My name is Kan-e Senna, and it is my solemn charge to watch over all who call Gridania home. Well met and welcome to our fair nation. It was your valor that won us the day, I believe. On behalf of all Gridanians, I offer you my humblest thanks. This gift I present to you as a small token of my gratitude. I hope that you will ever remain a friend to Gridania. Green Bliss is coming. It is an age-old ceremony to renew the bond between man and elemental. Over the centuries, it has blossomed into a joyous festival encompassing Gridanians from every walk of life. I should be most gratified if you would participate in the ceremony as emissary.
Oh, such a great honor.
I look forward to seeing you on that most joyous of days. Till then, fare you well. May you walk in the light of the crystal.
None in Gridania can doubt your worth, but to receive such praise from the Elder Seedseer herself. And nor is that the half of it. She chose you to play the role of emissary, for God's sakes. You, an outsider. You have any idea what this means? Probably not, because I'm an outsider. But of course you don't. You are not forest-born, which is rather the point. Mistake me not, I think you worthy, but your selection is all but unprecedented. And I'll wager you have not the faintest inkling what is required of you. There are preparations that the emissary must needs complete ahead of time. I suggest you consult me on regarding the matter. She is overseeing the arrangements for the event. Now you'd best get going. The ceremony cannot commence without an emissary. Oh, and Kuroka, don't make a hash of this. No pressure or anything. Sheesh. such a Dave, huh? Well, well, if it isn't the emissary yourself. Had I known you were coming, I would have baked a pie. You truly are full of surprises. Next you'll be telling me you're one of the Warriors of Light, back from a half-decade-long holiday. But let's speak of preparations. As you doubtless already know, Green Bliss is an age-old ceremony for strengthening the bond between man and elemental. These days, though, the name also refers to the festival at large. In the ceremony, the emissary serves as a conduit, a bridge between the people and the guardians of the Twelveswood. Suffice it to say, it is no small responsibility, nor does the Elder Seedseer choose mankind's representatives on a whim. Seldom in history have non-Forestborn been chosen for the role, which should give you an idea of the magnitude of the honor being accorded to you. For your part, you are required to wear a ceremonial artifact which is presently in the keeping of Timbermaster Beaton. Go to the Carpenters Guild and collect it from the man, and return to me for further instructions. I guess I just had to open up Twitch in my browser and go to the stream. The chat's showing up now. So you are the emissary to be. Mion sent word that you would be coming to collect the ceremonial artifact. The good news is that it's ready, painstakingly crafted by these very hands, and from the rarest of materials. Take it, along with this warning. Get so much as a scratch on the thing, and I shall make an unceremonial artifact out of you. Yes, you hate to waste funny, I'm aware. And another day. Back from your trip to the Carpenters Guild? Let's see what you have in that box. Ah, this is by far the finest Manoa mask I have ever laid eyes upon. The Timbermaster has truly outdone himself this time. In case he didn't mention, the mask is crafted from consecrated lumber rendered up by the Guardian Tree, solely for use in the ceremony. In other words, it is priceless. Mother bids you to handle it with care. And with that, your preparations are complete. The venue should just about be in order as well. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask them. Now that you have the Manoa mask, all that's left is to participate in the ceremony. Perchance you are feeling nervous, but never fear. Despite all the pomp surrounding the role, there really is nothing to being emissary. All you are required to do is wear the mask, stand up straight, and look dignified. The more involved aspects of the proceedings will be handled by others. Simple, no? The ceremony will be held at Miketo's amphitheater. When you are ready, make yourself known to the caretaker there, a woman named Estain. Oh, and be sure to wear your mask or she may not recognize you. Now, off you go. Good luck. I guess I might as well equip that now, then. Yep, basically. Just a person in a mask. Ah, you must be the emissary. I see you've come prepared, that as well. I have been instructed to escort you to your place. Please follow me.
Look! The elder Cecia.
12 bless her heart!
May she find favor with the elementals. This radiance. Could it be a crystal of light? Tell me true, has the Mother Crystal revealed herself to you? Did you bask in her light? Have you, perchance, experienced sensations akin to ether sickness of late? That Heidelin would speak directly to this woman. There once were dauntless adventurers who fought in the name of Eorzea. When the primals threatened to bleed the land dry, these brave men and women rose to face them. When the Garlean Empire resumed its war of conquest, they rushed to the realm's defense. And when it was foretold that Dalamud would fall, they fought with all their strength to deliver us from certain doom. Yet as strong and as brave as they were, they, like so many, disappeared amidst the flames at Cartano. None have forgotten the heroes who gave all for the sake of a realm not their own. Yet when we try to recall their names, we find the pages of our memories are blank, as if bleached by the sun. And when we try to recall their faces, we see them only in silhouette, as if they stood betwixt us and a blinding glare. Hence have these heroes come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Beholding you, illuminated by the glow of the crystal, I could not help but be reminded of them. The crystal has chosen you for a purpose. Trust to its guiding light, and all shall be revealed to you in good time. Though none can say for certain what the future will bring, it is my belief that you may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm. For the power of the echo resides within you.
Speaking of the Echo,
Arms to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of!
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it costs them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily! Eyes forward!
We are being watched.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. Gods preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me! Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying. Call till they respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir.
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
The outcome of this battle was long since decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louisoix. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Sogin Moise Donzul. Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut. Imarat Way, Kiskat Toga Hats Wadadorns. Sees Nigem, Fistun the only Lamra Sadai Dorn.
Ah, look who's back in the land of the living. You meant to say you don't remember a thing? You collapsed in the middle of the ceremony, gave us all a good fright. So we carried you back here. I must say you're heavier than you look. You've hardly stopped of late. Your exertions must have caught up with you. But you adventurers are nothing if not resilient. Seeing as the worst is past, I shall take my leave and return to my duties. Oh, I almost forgot. The elder seed seer told me that she'd like to see you when you felt well enough. The gentle soul was almost as worried about you as I was, bless her. When you're back on your feet, be sure and visit her at the lotus stand. Ah, you are Kuroka, are you not? I bid you welcome, my lady. The elder seed seer... left word that you would be joining her at the lotus stand. May I show you in? I look forward to your coming, but tell me, are you recovered? I am most glad of that. Now, I hope you will not doubt the earnestness of my concern, but I would ask a favor of you. Nor could I deny that I summoned you here in part with this in mind. Know, however, that I proceed only upon the understanding that you are rested and well. Thank you for hearing me out. I have written a letter to my counterparts in the Eorzean Alliance. The Battle of Cartano and the calamity that followed claimed countless souls and left countless more bereft and alone. In the dark days that followed, many were survivors who thought themselves less fortunate than the dead. 5 years have come and gone, but the land and the people still bear the wounds of the devastation. Nor are we any closer to learning the fate of the warriors of light. Yet so long as we live, we must never give up hope. We owe this to those who laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. In remembrance of them, a memorial service will soon be held upon the anniversary of the Battle of Cartano. This missive bears the details of that service. You graciously accepted the part of emissary in the recent ceremony. Should you be so willing, I will now make you my envoy and have you bear my message to our allies. Your dedication to the people of Gridania rouses fond memories in me, and I would choose no other for the role. Will you do me this favor? Humbly, I thank you. As you are no doubt aware, our partners in the Eorzean Alliance lie some considerable distance away, nor are Ul'dah and Limsa Lumensa close to one another. Yet fear not, for I have no intention of subjecting you, mine own newly appointed envoy, to a journey which would take weeks by land. No, I mean for you to travel by air. Receive of me this airship pass. With it, you may make use of the skyways that connect the 3 city-states of the Alliance. The airship landing is situated upon the lower floor of the Carlian canopy. Simply show your pass and you will be admitted to the departure area. Before you embark upon your journey, however, you would do well to seek the worldly wisdom of Meon. Few forest-born Gridanians know more of the lands beyond the Twelves Wood than she. In better times, airships were available for the convenience of one and all. Alas, the risk that our crafts may fall to Imperial attack has forced a reduction in the number of flights. Consequently, it has become necessary to restrict air travel only to those whose need is great. Such individuals may petition the relevant parties to be issued an airship pass. As you may have deduced, I myself am one such party. Yet I was not alone in desiring that you be granted the privilege of air travel. Such is the potential you show. We have no doubt but that you will reward our faith in you. By the power vested in me, I bid you journey forth as my envoy into the great realm of Eorzea. Walk her fields, brave her seas, and strive to know her better. And wheresoever you go, go without fear, for the path that shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Guided by the crystal's light, set forth and discover your destiny. It's good to see you up and about. Tell me, did you pay the Elder Seedseer a visit as I bade? Appointed personal envoy? And now you're to bear the Elder Seedseer's missive to our allies. Well, it seems you've made an impression on the great woman. I can't argue with her judgment, though. You've earned this honor with tireless hard work, and anyone who says you don't deserve it had better not do so in my hearing. I find myself praising you often of late, but Mother is truly proud of you. Short of a warrior of light, I can imagine no better adventurer to represent us. And that, my girl, is some compliment. But I flattered you enough for one day, and I don't want your head to get too big, or you'll struggle to lug it around the realm. Speaking of which, Eorzea is a big place. Now that you have an airship pass, you can really start to broaden your horizons. The sky's quite literally the limit. Even if your errand didn't call for it, I would strongly suggest visiting the 2 other city-states of the Alliance before you go anywhere. They are, of course, Limsa Lominsa, City of Pirates, and Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert. Once you've acquainted yourself with them, you can turn your sights on whichever lesser-trodden region takes your fancy. The Calamity changed the face of Eorzea, and much of her now lies in shadow, beyond men's ken. It is a veritable playground for a wide-eyed adventurer like your good self. Mind you, it won't be all fun and games. Each nation faces its fair share of problems, from internal strife to conflict with the beast tribes and their primals. So don't be too surprised if you find yourself embroiled in the odd, unsavory situation on your travels. But no matter what difficulties you encounter, I am confident that you will pull through, and emerge the stronger for the experience. These are interesting times for Eorzea. It's been 5 years now since the Calamity, but folks are finally beginning to look to the future. A period of great change is upon us, and you have a part to play in it. And if that prospect doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. Just a moment. Alright, thank you guys for joining. I've been streaming for 3.5 hours now, and this is actually a really good place to stop before launching off in the airship, so I'm going to go ahead and let it stop here. Everybody have a good evening.